So what does a living universe look like? What are the attributes, the characteristics of the universe if we regard it as a living system? And there are four that I think are fundamental. And the first is that if it's a living system, it has to be unified. It isn't just a bunch of pieces and fragments, it's a unified whole. And in the past, we've regarded the universe as comprised of a bunch of fragments, if you will, planets and stars and all the rest floating around in empty space. And now we see it as a coherent, integrated, unified whole. And the reason is something called non-locality. Non-locality says that the universe behaves as a unified whole, even though it may appear to us as comprised of separate pieces. And the understanding of non-locality really contains within it the wisdom that the universe is emerging in its totality as a fresh creation, moment by moment by moment. So it is a unified whole in its arising as a fresh creation at every moment. The second attribute of the universe as a living system is that there's immense amounts of energy contained within it and flowing through it. David Bohm said that there is probably the equivalent of millions of atomic bombs in a single cubic inch of empty space. A single cubic inch of empty space has a tremendous amount of energy flowing through it. And the reason for that, I would presume, is that the universe is being lifted into existence at every moment, every moment, every moment. This is an extraordinary effort by the mother universe, the meta universe beyond, to bring all of this into existence moment by moment by moment. So the second attribute of a living system, and it has tremendous amounts of energy flowing through it. The third is sentience, consciousness, a knowing capacity. And it's wonderful to discover that at every level of the universe, from microscopic to the macroscopic, we're beginning to find evidence of consciousness or knowing capacity at every scale. The physicist Freeman Dyson said, when you go down to the level of the atom and you look at the behavior of an electron moving around the electron shell, it behaves as if it had a mind of its own, he said. It has a mind of its own. So it doesn't require an advanced biological organism. There's consciousness all the way down. And I see the universe arising as containing both matter and consciousness in a co-evolving spiral of mutual refinement, mutual awakening, to reveal ultimately the generative ground from which both arise. Okay, so there's consciousness throughout the universe. There's an ecology of consciousness. The fourth attribute is freedom. That if something is alive, it must have freedom to express its creativity, its unique expressions as a living entity. And when we go to quantum physics, what we find is not certainty, but rather probability. There's no determinism in quantum physics, rather it's a probabilistic universe. And that means at the very foundations of reality, there is freedom, there is choicefulness, and so there is a potential as a living system to move in different directions depending upon the consciousness that we bring to it.